VITO is a research institute from Belgium. We try to do that type of research that is really close to the industry, and we try to contribute with our technological research to a more sustainable world. Well, there is always room for more. I think there is indeed an increased attention, especially with the global issues that are now at stake. But the difficult part seems to be that we need to translate this complex data into consumable information for the end users, so that people like you and me can have our own idea on what's going on in the world. And that's one of the things that we as an organization try to do, translating the complex set of data into consumable information. But there is still some way to go there. So I think we need to keep the attentions of organizations like the UN, like FAO, on really making sure that this happens. One of the nice projects that is ongoing as we speak is that we are testing index-based insurance in Africa. So in case of failure, the agriculture, instead of just paying out a contribution, we can have an index-based insurance mechanism that can cover the investments of the agriculture, so that even their harvest has failed, that they don't lose their investment. And as we speak, we are testing this in 4 different countries in Africa for different types of crops. And in the end, that should enable a lot more longer-term availability of food. We are also, since 2 years, we have our own satellite who is monitoring the vegetation of the Earth. And also there, that information is publicly available with some parameters that we distribute already to have this health indication of vegetation, but also of agriculture, publicly available. By making the data publicly available, we think that every individual or every organization can contribute in its own way to making a more sustainable We use all data available. Where it is coming from is only a second-order problem. We have our own initiative in the satellite because it's a continuation of the archive of spot vegetation, and it takes pictures of the world at 100-meter precision. 100-meter precision is very interesting to monitor agriculture, so we believe that is a valuable set of data, but it's not the only data set we use. We use the data clearly from the Sentinel series of Europe. We also use the American Landsat, so wherever, depending on the type of data we are looking for, we will get the data. We also have solutions that are more based on airborne images. And of course, drones, we are also looking into that, not only the little ones, but also the bigger ones. So where the data is coming from is not as relevant as having the good data with the right temporal and spatial resolution. We are very much in favor of open data, because we believe that open data is one of the key assets to a transition in a sustainable world. If you keep the information only for a limited amount of people, the transition will be more slowly and will not be as effective. Profitability will be in what do you do with the data. So buying a drone with a camera integrated, that's the easy part. But if you have a picture, what can you conclude out of that picture? So as the data will be more and more precise, you need to have more and more specialist knowledge to translate data into information. And I think there is a significant part of the business that can be focused on that area. We do a part of our analysis, and a part of the added value processing that we do is also for public authorities, for the European Commission, for GRC, FAO, European Space Agency. But apart from that, we also do added value processing for commercial companies, agricultural companies, insurance companies, dredging companies, and that's something where we can make a little bit of profit. We are indeed, for instance, when we do a project for ESA, the European Space Agency, or for the European Commission, they impose an open data policy, and we are very happy to follow that, so that is not a problem. If we do, for instance, very specific projects For the Flemish government, there we don't own the data, but the Flemish government owns them, and then they dictate the policy that we will follow. For the majority of our projects, we follow the open data policy only when we don't own the data itself. And for instance, the Flemish government imposes the data to be not disclosed publicly, then we have, of course have to follow the owner there.